Aonach Mhacha chur Rivan Ira Pobble, Deirdre Hargey, who has been a long-time member of Sinn Féin and an elected member since 2010, becoming Lord Mayor of Belfast City Council in 2018. Deirdre is a strong advocate for women, inclusivity, diversity and rights for all. She was co-opted as an MLA onto the Assembly earlier this year and was then appointed as Minister for the Department of Communities, who have been generous funders of this project. Curm Fáilte Ribh Deirdre Teachtanis agus Lordsliv.
Gormé agat. Tranona moi, ta mé inta sasta fé an seo aniu, Aonach Mhacha. I suppose just to say good afternoon everyone and to the Ardmara. As a Belfast woman, I do like to get stuck in and get my hands dirty, so I'm happy to be the bog on this occasion. And I suppose I'm delighted to be here as the Minister for the Department of Communities. I'd like to first thank Aonach Mhacha and obviously Sean and others for their kind invitation for me to come along and speak here today, and I'm delighted to be here for the opening of this magnificent venue. I'm also delighted to be here obviously within Seachtain na Gaeilge and was touched on as we approach International Women's Day on Sunday. And I'm delighted to see the completion of this iconic new Culturelán in Armagh City at a cost of over £2.3 million. And I know this has been over 10 years of sweat, tears, and I suppose that real determination and grit to get it done. And I'm proud to say that as my department has contributed almost 1.2 million to this project. This is a resounding vote of confidence in the commitment and effort put in by Geroid and his whole team in Aonach Mhacha to deliver this magnificent facility. And this really does represent a significant investment by the Department for Communities in the Irish language infrastructure in County Armagh. And I acknowledge the role and vision of my predecessors in helping to develop and support this project. And I suppose I want to give a special mention to Carol Cullen, who couldn't be here today. And I know she worked with you in her time as Decom Minister to really get this project running. So just a really fair play to everybody who's been involved. Along with the directors of Aonach Mhacha, I would like to thank Kistja and the other funders, all who have made today possible. The promotion and growth of the Irish language is very important to my department. Through the continuing growth of Irish medium education and programmes such as LEFA, the Irish language community is one which is increasingly diverse and active across society. Aonach Mhacha shows why the Irish language can provide a very positive force and influence. It is a social enterprise, a cooperative development, a community hub, which will offer a wide range of facilities that include a permanent home for Irish language classes, office space for Irish language groups and organisations, and for up to 6 businesses. Above all, it can provide a place in this great city where people from right across the whole community, whatever their background, their age, their class, their gender, their creed, can engage with the language and culture, and perhaps for some, their first time doing so. Art and culture bring vitality to our society and our communities, to our cities and to our towns and villages, with events boosting local economies and encouraging regeneration, and neighbours coming together to form connections and networks. They offer a vehicle for inclusion rather than isolation and exclusion. The Irish language has the ability to act as a catalyst for building relationships and for promoting equality and inclusion. Thus, Aonach Mhacha can be a driving force in developing the cultural vibrancy of Armagh and in helping realise social, economic and physical regeneration for all of the people in this city. And obviously this is a key focus for me for the Department of Communities, that is a wide range of focuses from the Irish language, Ulster Scots, right through to social security, housing and dealing with poverty and deprivation. And I do agree, my approach to this is about embedding human rights, embedding a rights-based approach at the heart of government and at the heart of the Department for Communities. Language rights, gender rights, class rights are all human rights, and those rights need to be upheld and protected. We need to challenge economic systems which promote, I suppose, a disparity between rich and poor. We need to look at new economic modelling, and within my department I want to bring this forward. An economic model that encourages cooperative development, that encourages community wealth building, that looks at the redistribution of wealth within our communities. Because a rising tide, trickle-down economics does not work. A rising tide doesn't lift all boats if you have a hole in your boat. And our role as ministers, as government, and indeed as a community as a whole, is to plug those holes. It is to have a radical rethink of our economics and our politics, because we just can't play around with poverty and deprivation and manage it. We need to eradicate it, and to eradicate it we need a new radical economic system that will do that. And I suppose the power to do that is in this room today. It's demonstrated by those who have grassroots engagement, who want to make a difference within their community. And power is your radical self, and I encourage everyone to find it and to use it. A key aim of my department is to bring communities together and to target social need and objective need through physical regenerations of our cities, towns and villages. And central to this project is the physical regeneration of dilapidated buildings, the city's former fire station, as was touched on earlier. Through the hard work and perseverance of the directors, they have breathed new life into this part of Armagh, and going forward the building will no doubt prove a hub of activity and of animation. Aonach Mhacha reflects the Irish language community, which is increasingly confident and growing in numbers. What we see today is a modern, fit-for-purpose culture, and it takes its place amongst the social fabric of Armagh. We see a facility that the whole city, and indeed the wider region and across Ireland, can be proud of. To Smoy, La Nehebra, a good start is half the work, and so it is with this project I look forward to watching Culturland grow and to develop in the years to come. Again, I commend you all for the hard work that has led you here today. I know there's still some work to travel, and obviously I look forward to engaging with you in the time ahead. And just to end with saying Gormila Mayoga for Carja.